I'm here with Michael Musto of The Village Voice. We are looking at a list of contenders for the Best Actor race. You're not predicting Leo for Rev Road. How dare you? Does Leo know this?
Melissa Leo? Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio. What, did you see the movie, Tom?
Yeah,
I think the voters are going to see the movie and say, this is underwhelming. We've seen this kind of 50s marital angst before.
But we haven't seen him that animated emotionally in a long time. He got nominated for Blood Diamond, of all things. Come on.
He was better in Blood Diamond than Revolutionary Road, and I think they're actually going to sneak in Richard Jenkins from The Visitor for the 5th slot there. We already have, as definites, Sean Penn for Milk. People love a prosthetic nose. Plus, he was great. Clint Eastwood is a given for Gran Torino. He gives a performance of a lot of gravitas, though he can barely speak. He sounds like Liza Minnelli.
Frank Langella.
For Frost Nixon, even better than on Broadway. He did a tremendous performance. He made you care about the worst president in history until W. And Mickey Rourke, The Wrestler is not perhaps a great movie, but he gave a transcendent comeback performance. You just want to staple that nomination to his forehead.
But explain to me this Richard Jenkins thing. I don't get it. This is a very, very understated performance. He has just like one big fireworks, money scene near the end. The rest of it's very, very subdued. I liken it to Kristen Scott Thomas in I've Loved You So Long, where, again, it's a monotone performance and then one big explosive scene. Now, that's all good, but why is everybody going so crazy about this as a great performance when it's so understated?
I actually did not care for The Visitor. I thought it was one of the worst films of the year. I thought it was patronizing.
The downtown kid right here.
Yeah.
And, talking about the ultimate downtown indie hit movie, The Visitor.
Well, it's very not hip in my estimation. It's just like a very patronizing view of immigrants, illegal immigrants can kind of change your life and give you your kickback again. However, Richard Jenkins was the best thing about the movie, and he's somebody that's been in so many movies. He was in Step Brothers. He's in everything. He was in Burn After Reading. And he's just one of those reliable people that deserves some kind of recognition. And they always sneak in one kind of out of left field person. Remember Ryan Gosling or somebody that has esteem and yet isn't a big blockbuster star of a smash movie.
That's a good point. Who wins this contest?
I think it's going to be Clint. I think the feeling is that Sean already has
Come
it.
on. Really?
Clint's never won for actor.
I know. Do you think they know that? Clint's won so many others.
They know.
Well,
they can look it up.
Come on. Yeah. They can look it up on the internet. No.
I think it's a good year for the oldies. I actually think Clint and Meryl are going to win actor and actress. And it's going to send out a message that we're not just obsessed with under 30 anymore or under 50 anymore.
Is the trouble that Sean Penn's in this week with The Advocate and with The Nation magazine, where he is calling Fidel Castro a hero, a man who put gay people in concentration camps, while he's playing this champion role as Harvey Milk. Do you think that kind of stuff is going to matter in Sean's case? He seems to have the hip factor right now.
Well, I think as we discussed, there's so much homophobia in Hollywood that a comment like that can only help him. They're all going to agree. Yeah, Castro's a hero. And Sean is one of those people like Vanessa Redgrave who transcends controversy when it comes to political commentary. People just say, oh, they're great actors. Ignore their personal beliefs.
Now, you haven't seen Ben Button yet. You're seeing it tonight. Right. But you left Brad Pitt off your list. Why?
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so I might change my mind. I'll let you know in 2 weeks when it's finished. But from what I hear, his performance is largely digitized. Like they put his face on a baby and stuff like that, and that's more of a stunt than a performance, and I think people might think that's the case. I thought he was great in Burn After Reading and deserves a supporting nomination. I don't think he's going to get it. So.
Who would you vote for out of all these candidates? Who would get your vote if you were an Academy member?
I would. They're all really tremendous.
You're not allowed to equivocate.
No, I'm not. I'm going to come up with an answer like the guy in Slumdog Millionaire. It's going to be right. And it's Mickey Rourke.
Why?
I just thought he was riveting. And I've never been a great fan of Mickey Rourke, but he just had me from the second he started punching somebody out. Show the conflicts of this character trying for a comeback and the degradation and the fact that his character was so honest with himself. It mirrored Mickey Rourke in so many ways. Some of the plot lines of that movie where he's trying to court, this aging stripper, Marisa Tomei, and his abandoned daughter, Evan Rachel Wood, were a little contrived, a little Formula 101. But Mickey elevated the whole movie into a real event.
Frank Langella would get my vote. I think that's a real transformative performance. I think that's a case of where he's not playing Frank Langella. My problem with Mickey Rourke is he's playing Mickey Rourke in a bad mood, which is Mickey Rourke. And maybe that's very powerful and affecting, but I think that I am personally most wowed by Langella. But we don't get to decide these things.
No, I actually think Clint Eastwood is going to win.
It's possible. My prediction at this point is Sean Penn.
That would be fine with me too. He was the emotional core of the movie. It went beyond impersonation. I mean, he really inhabited that character.
Thanks, Michael.